Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Sandra Ray. I'm an author, healer, and spiritual teacher, and I'm delighted to be back this week with a new episode of the podcast. You may have noticed that last week we didn't have an episode, there was no angel guidance, and it's something that I haven't done in a long time. I pride myself on having weekly episodes and giving you weekly doses of angel guidance, but I was just getting a message last week to rest. It was the Easter holidays, my kids were at home, and I was thinking, well, it won't take that much effort to do a podcast, to write the angel guidance. I love doing it. And I always get so much joy from being here with you and sharing this stuff with you. But the angels were just saying to me, no, take a break. It's going to be fine. The world isn't going to stop spinning on its axis. And, I followed the guidance and I allowed myself just to have that time with my family and without having to go off and do work. And it was lovely. It was a lovely experience of just having that family time, not working, taking a break. I've talked before about how I love my work so much that sometimes it's a little bit hard to take a break because I just love doing it. So I tend to keep working. So it is nice when I have those weeks and I can just switch off. And it doesn't happen that often, but it is definitely something that I need to do more often. I know I've said that before as well, but I do try and give myself the weekends off without opening my computer and without feeling that I need to be working. Not that I need to, but I just enjoy it. I enjoy writing. I enjoy sharing these things with you. So this week we're talking about something. This is something actually that came to me recently. I don't know if you remember the movie, The Princess Bride. It's a film that I remember watching when I was younger, and it's actually on Netflix at the moment. And I saw it and I thought, okay, I'll see what it's like, because I didn't really remember if there was some violence in it, if it would be okay for my kids to watch. And I put it on, and the opening scene of the movie is this princess. Well, she's not a princess yet. She's in this farm setting, and she has this guy who's helping her, and I think she calls him farm boy or something like this, and she's telling him to go and do all these things, and all he ever responds is as you wish. She tells him, fetch me this or go get that or chop the wood, and every time he just says as you wish. And it's funny because the camera shot, it's like it zooms up to his face and he has just this love of adoration for her, and whatever she asks of him, all he replies is as you wish. And I was laughing because I was thinking, God, it's like the universe answers us that way. The universe, whatever we say we want, the universe answers as you wish. And let me explain this. So I was listening to, I don't know if you've heard of Sadhguru. He is an Indian mystic, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube. If you haven't watched his stuff, you can find loads of stuff up there. But he was talking about what he called a kalpa vriksha. So this is the Indian, or I don't know actually if it's Indian, I don't know what language it is, but it means a wish tree. It might be Sanskrit. So this kalpa vriksha is a wish tree, and he tells the story of this man who was wandering one day, and as he was walking, he accidentally walked into paradise. And he was walking along, it was beautiful, it was sunny, and he started feeling tired and he felt like he needed a rest. So he found this tree and he sat under it, and as he was sitting there, he thought he'd go for a nap. So he had a little nap, and afterwards he woke up and he felt hungry, and he thought to himself, I'd love a big meal, I'd love to eat. And as he was thinking of all the things he wanted to eat, they started appearing before him. And Sadhguru says that hungry people don't question, they just eat. So he ate whatever was before him. And as he was eating, he started to feel thirsty. And he started thinking about the things he'd like to drink. And as he started thinking about them, they started appearing before him. And again, he says that thirsty people don't question, they simply drink. So he drank the drinks. And then when he had eaten and he had drunk his fill, he was sitting there and he began wondering, and he was thinking, why are all these things appearing before me? And he started thinking, well, maybe this tree, maybe it's the work of ghosts, and ghosts appeared before him. And he thought, oh no, there's ghosts. And he started to feel afraid. And he thought, maybe they're going to hurt me, maybe they're going to attack me. And the ghosts attacked him. And he thought, oh no, they're attacking me, maybe they're going to kill me. And they killed him. And the point of this is, he was sitting under this kalpa vriksha. He was sitting under this wish tree, but he didn't realize it. He had wandered into paradise and he was sitting under this wish tree. And he thought of food and food appeared. He thought of drink and drink appeared. And then he thought of ghosts and ghosts appeared. And he thought of being hurt and he got hurt. And he thought of dying and he died. And the purpose of this story is to allow us to realize that we are all sitting under this metaphorical wish tree. The universe, as I said, it always answers us as you wish. But what are we focusing on? We're normally focusing on what we don't want. And the universe looks adoringly at us and it says, as you wish. It doesn't question our wishes. Just as that farmhand didn't question whenever she asked him to do something. He didn't say, well, it's not really a good time to chop wood. I'd be better off doing this. He just said, as you wish, as you wish. And the universe is always saying to us, as you wish. But this doesn't work one way. This works two ways, because we can answer the universe as you wish. And let me explain this, because the universe is constantly giving us, let me call it assignments. The universe doesn't really give assignments, but let me just call it assignments for the sake of understanding. So, for example, say there's somebody on the other side of the world and they're praying to God, to the universe, to Allah, whoever it is, for an answer to their prayers. Maybe they are looking for a new relationship. Maybe they're looking for a new career. Maybe they just want to feel happier or feel better in themselves. And they're praying for this. And maybe they're in fear. So they're closed off from the answers that the universe is sending, because the universe is always talking to us. It's always answering. But maybe they're closed off from hearing that answer because they've built up this wall around themselves. They've built up a wall of fear around themselves. So the answer can't come through because this wall of fear is blocking the universe sending those out, or well, the universe is always sending it. It's blocking them from receiving the answers. So maybe you're on the other side of the world and you've done some spiritual work, you're meditating, and maybe as you're meditating, you get some insight. And the answer to their prayer comes to you. It's delivered to you. You have this download that comes into your being. Do you ever have that experience where this information downloads, where you get an insight or an aha moment? I think, oh, that's really interesting. But you don't do anything with it. Now you have the answer to their prayer. You have the answer to that they're looking for. But the question is, do you keep it to yourself or do you share it? Because it's not your answer. It's not your information to keep to yourself. You have an obligation to share this information because the universe is using you, not using, but working with you, because you are open to receiving that answer. The other person is maybe closed, and maybe it's not somebody on the other side of the world. Maybe it's your best friend. Maybe it's a family member that you have a message to give them. And when we start saying to the universe, as you wish, when you get that download, when you get that aha moment, when you get that insight, and you say to the universe, as you wish, I'm going to share this, that you've just given me this information, this insight, this download, whatever you want to call it. And then you share it and you put it out into the world. Then that person, the universe then does the work to connect that person to you. You don't have to worry about how that person's going to get the answer. Maybe you have a website, maybe you have a blog, maybe you have a podcast, maybe you simply share the information with your best friend or the family member who you think that information is needed for. But the point is, don't keep it to yourself. The universe needs people to answer it as you wish, just as it answers us as you wish. It wants us to reply back as you wish. And when the universe gives us this information, when it gives us assignments to share with the world, the worst thing that we can do is hold on to that information. And I hear so many people saying, well, who am I to teach? Or who am I to write a book? Or who am I to think that I have anything to share? And my reply would be, well, it's not your information to hold on to. The universe is sharing it. So you're simply a channel. So who are you? You're a universal channel. You are channeling this information. And it's not, you don't have to think of it in a way that a medium channels, spirit. You're simply, by being in this physical body, you are always channeling information. So my point is that the universe is always responding to us as you wish. And we can focus on the pleasures of life, or we can focus on the things that are unwanted. Whatever we focus on, it doesn't matter. The universe replies as you wish. And then we have a choice. We can answer the universe as you wish. When the universe gives us information, when the universe gives us gifts and talents that we can use and share, we can say, as you wish, and share them with the world as you wish, and be that channel for the universe to express its love through. So I hope this has served you. I hope that you received the message that you're meant to hear. And whatever that is, whatever you got from it, the universe maybe sent me here today to share that message. And that's the universe connecting us and allowing us to speak to each other over hundreds of miles in some cases. I know there's listeners from around the world listening to this podcast. So I hope that whatever it is that you needed to hear was received loud and clear. So thank you once again for being here, and I will see you in the next episode.